Hello, hello. So today on the All Me Up Baby show, we
don't have a jingle yet.
We
do
need a
we?
jingle.
We need a jingle.
We need a jingle. The All Me Up Baby show.
Maybe not that one.
We'll think of something better than that. But we are talking about how to pitch doTERRA at online events, and one of the things that we're doing next week, or starting on Sunday, is an online event for the specific niche of virtual assistants. So this is particularly my niche. This is something I'm sort of introducing into the doTERRA world because I love doTERRA and I'm a virtual assistant and I use it for so much in my virtual assistant business. And when I said to Heather, we've got to make a signature kit for virtual assistants, I've kind of like been a bit tentative about how I go about sort of presenting that to people. And then this festival, this big online event is coming up, and I thought this is perfect, and let's make a plan and we're going to execute it.
Nice time to launch it.
So this is what we want to share with you today, how we are creating our plan to pitch doTERRA to a specific niche market, which isn't necessarily a market that you would associate with essential oils, you know.
There's so many things that it works for.
It's
we
so
were
good.
Picking out all the recipes, and we were like, we could have this, we could have this, we could have this, and it was actually really hard narrowing it down to find the ones because so many were just perfect for that market.
Yeah, it really was. And the fact that we had so much to talk about with this particular niche will also lead us into the things that you can do post-event too. So we've come up with a little plan that we're going to share with you that's really going to kind of help you to think about how you're going to put this together if you are pitching to an online event. Now, this could be an online event that you're hosting, or it could simply be an online event that you see, like a convention online or a summit online or something like that, where you say, I think there's something that I could do for that particular audience.
Yeah.
And we're going to share with you the steps or the basic plan that we're doing with my audience to kind of like give you an idea and give you a feel for how you could potentially go ahead and do this with yours. So the very first thing we do, and there's certain steps that need to be taken in this, and the very first thing to do is to create the event for the particular niche. So I'm launching a virtual co-working space, and well, it's kind of like a launch, like coming out beta. I've been beta testing it for a long time. And inside this co-working space is a lot of virtual assistants. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar with virtual assistants, we are people who work online providing services to other people through administration or social media marketing, or, you know, like all these kind of things that you do online. We basically provide the services as virtual assistants.
I didn't realize it was such a big thing until I started looking into what you do.
Yeah.
And it's just this massive umbrella of online work, isn't it? There's so many different aspects to it.
Yeah, there's so many aspects and offshoots of virtual assistants.
And different niches within that market.
Exactly. So depending on the type of services you offer, we've got our freelancers, we've got our, you know, general virtual assistants, we've got our specialist virtual assistants, and that then spreads out into website developers.
All the social media aspect. There's so much.
Yeah, marketers, administration, you know, personal assistants online who do your inbox management and your calendar management. So it's basically people who sit at a computer all day and, or for a good part of the day at least, and work online. So there are many other things that kind of offshoot around that you can connect back to doTERRA. And we are specialists in connecting things back to doTERRA, pretty much anything. And if you look at our signature kits on allmeupbaby.com, and you look inside our shop, and you look inside what we've done with doTERRA for Life, it's all about connecting things like everyday life and everyday careers and work placements and things like that back to doTERRA. So pretty much that is what we specialize in, and that is what we help people to do, so we can help other people who do sell doTERRA to bring doTERRA to the lives of the next door neighbor, the co-worker, you know, anyone and everyone.
Because people still have that stigma with essential oils that it's for, you know, yoga and just boho and hippie and wellness, and actually it can be for so much more. Yeah. Literally, you're sitting at the computer all day, and the trials and tribulations that come with that, there's things you can do to help using the oils.
Yeah. So what we're talking about today is launching doTERRA online events, and we're doing an event specifically for virtual assistants, so people who work online and offer services remotely. So what we did is create an event, and it's called the Virtual Assistant Festival, and you can go and check it out. I'm going to put the link in the chat now. So this is on my website. This is an event that I've decided to host, and I'm doing it specifically again for the launch of a co-working space, which is completely unrelated to doTERRA. So you don't always have to, you know, inject yourself into things that are specifically essential oils or doTERRA. So if you actually want to see live how we're doing this and how we're going about doing this, you can join the festival, and then you can see how we're putting this all together. So what we've done is we've created the event, and we've got, you know, like we've got the event set up, and we've got people subscribing to come to this free event, okay? So again, it could be something like a webinar or a summit or something like that, but it could be any kind of online event that you're hosting.
You can pull together with people that have other businesses and kind of do a co-working event.
Yeah.
And pull together different things and find a way to inject.
Yeah, so I've got colleagues who are other virtual assistants talking about different things in different topics, things like, you know, how to create products for virtual assistants, their success stories as a virtual assistant. So this could literally be on any topic. And then what we're doing is creating a signature book. Now, a signature book is something that we put together for people that brings doTERRA and marries it with a specific topic or niche or industry or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my camera out the way right now, so we can show you, I'll just move it over my picture there, so we can show you what a signature book looks like. Now this is my personal signature book, and this I've called the Essential Oils for Virtual Assistants. Not very creative, but that's what it's called, and that's what I liked. And obviously I've put the theme of the virtual assistant on there, and always we theme these signature books to you specifically, or to specifically whatever it is you're doing. And then we've got this little bit in the front here on the signature book which tells people how to learn more about the oils and how to get the oils. So if you've got your own signature book, you would put links to your website or your doTERRA shop or anything that you're doing specifically for that, you know, for whatever purpose that is. So we'll always have something at the beginning that explains what the book is, explains what we're aiming to achieve, like this is an introduction into doTERRA essential oils or whatever essential oils that you're pitching, and how to get in contact and how to get the oils. Then we move into, and I've put a picture of myself in there because this is my personal signature book. So then we move into the about, which is kind of like an explanation as to why I've put this signature book together. So it's a little bit of a backstory about me as a virtual assistant, how I've been using the oils and how I found them beneficial. And then...
Yeah, because you want to make it personal. This is a book about you that people can connect with you, and when they see it, they feel into what you're about.
But the nice thing is, when you're pitching this to a specific audience and you've got a personal backstory of your own use of essential oils, it just adds that kind of level of authority about it, or, you know, it's like that social proof.
But it makes it relatable as well, because they can possibly relate to the job that you do and go, oh, if she's using that, I could use that. And it makes it really authentic.
Yeah.
Because you're not just telling them about these oils, you're saying, this is how I use them. This is how they benefited me. So you've got that authenticity that comes with it.
Absolutely. And when I was working with Heather to create this book, you know, obviously, like, you asked me, like, what do you use the oils for? And then the other question that you asked me was, what are some of the issues that you have that maybe I can find a solution using the oils for? So that's how the signature book was created. So what we've done then is choose a selection of oils, not something like mega, but also not super small.
Yeah, so you need enough to play with and to make it interesting, but not too many that it's overwhelming.
Yeah. And these oils also, they're oils. All of these oils are things that you could definitely use for things outside of virtual assistants as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, once you start looking at the oils and you think, okay, well, I can use them for this, but what else do these oils do? You know?
But we've also chosen oils that are everyday oils that, like you say, can be used for so many different things, but they're not the super expensive ones that are going to overwhelm people and go, oh, how much for an oil?
Yeah, there's no rose in there.
You know, just the normal everyday oils that can use in daily routines, in your morning rituals, in your cooking, in your cleaning, in your cocktails, in your sports, anything you want. It's a really nice mix of the oils.
Yeah. And also inside the signature book as well, I've added a QR code which takes people directly to, be able to learn more about the oils. So if you're doing an online event particularly, and the book is inside issue, so we make these flip books inside issue, and someone is at an online event and they're looking at it on their computer, which most virtual assistants probably would be, and generally most people attend online events on their computer, you can just have your phone and scan the QR code on the screen, so you can start, still continue to listen to the presentation and what's being talked about and things like that, but you can also then, if you're curious, open it up on your phone, which takes people to your website, to your doTERRA shop, or something like that. So that's why we've added that QR code in there. Then we move on to the recipes inside. So we tailored things which generally is a full range of use of the oils. So we've got roller bottles in there, which I've called power bottles, because I think you've also got to appeal to the type of person that you're pitching to. So for me, roller bottles doesn't really mean anything, but power bottles means
you're like, ooh,
yeah, this is going to give me some sort of boost of something. So we've got a power bottle on creativity and energy, which is something we need as virtual assistants. Headaches and tension, again, a lot of screen time involved in virtual assistants. Focus, again, we're working on projects, we're concentrating on a lot of different things for clients.
And a lot of people are working from home as well, and it's quite easy to be distracted by, I've got the laundry to do, I've got the dishes to do, I need to start dinner. So it's really good to keep you focused on, no, I'm going to get this work done, out the way before I move on.
Yeah. So you can make up these power bottles, and then you can pick the power bottle that you need. So if you sit down and start working on a project for a client and you want to do some design work or something like that, you might want to pick up your creativity and energy power bottle. So those are the roller bottles, and that's how we've kind of like married them to the theme of the actual book. Yeah. Then we've got diffuse your office. So obviously with virtual assistants, we're inside our office. So we're encouraging people to get a diffuser for the office. And we've got all these different kind of blends that you can put together, which are going to help you kind of keep yourself focused and, make yourself feel good and all kinds of things. We'll take you through the book.
There's all sorts.
Yeah, we'll take you through the book about the diffuser blends. And we've got Take a Break, which is our recipes. So take a break, we've got a coffee recipe in there, like make your coffee in the morning, come and sit at your computer. We've really, really tied everything in to, virtual
also
assistants.
These are recipes that you wanted. These are your foods, your things that make you go.
Exactly. So I said to Heather, I definitely want something with alcohol in there. I told her that grapefruit was my favourite oil that I like to ingest, so that had to go in the recipes.
Bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, I liked bulletproof coffee. I like green juice. I'm a big fan of juicing and juice. So we kind of made up things that, and also we've talked about how, like particularly for me anyway, I'm a mum of 5 and I'm always, quick with the food and I'm going to make other people food and I'm, so, like it's kind of quick things that you could do like on the fly and things like that. So we were like really careful to kind of put things in there that which were particularly easy to make and kind of worked with the environment of a virtual assistant. And then we added some wild cards. We call them wild cards because they're all like random stuff that you can add in. So we did a screen cleaner because obviously I have a lot of devices. I mean, literally, I've got my iPad, my iPhone, my desktop computer, my laptop. All of these screens that need cleaning.
Oh, we did a project at school. For those of you that don't know, I'm a teacher, and we were looking at whether it's cleaner to eat off a toilet seat, a public toilet seat, a chopping board, or a phone. And actually, the dirtiest one was the phone, the mobile phone, because obviously you're touching things and you're scrolling and I know, vital, isn't it?
Okay, so I've got to say, you don't touch the screen with your bottom.
No, but your bottom, okay, here we go, get this, your bottom is covered most of the time. You have clothes, so when you sit on a chair, your bottom's covered, it's touching your clothes.
But how many bottoms have sat on
but the bottoms are still cleaner than your hands. That's really scary. So yes, get the screen cleaner out, clean your screens often.
Although I've never eaten anything off my phone.
Well, I've dropped a few things. I know that crisp. I'll just pick that up. Don't do that anymore.
Okay. No, I wouldn't. Okay, so obviously the screen cleaner is a big thing.
Great
I'm
one.
sure there's other things that you can do, desk cleaners and you know, stuff like that. I just went for the screen cleaner.
There's a really nice furniture polish for your desk that you can make with essential oils that've got amazing oils in there that help. So.
Yeah. And also, all my kids tend to use my devices, particularly my 2-year-old's always on my iPad watching kids YouTube. So I end up with this horrible sticky screen. Ugh, yeah. And then we've got the aching muscles massage oil, which for me, like, I mean, not only just the sitting down, you know, and I tend to stoop as well. Like if I've been at my desk too long, I'm like, ugh.
Carpal tunnel thing and everything in the arms.
Yes.
It's amazing for that.
Yeah. So we've got the issue with like we're constantly typing and our arms are constantly in the same position. But I do get this like kind of stoop where I get these aches, you know.
Straightening up now.
Yeah, I know. Good posture. So I get these aches in these muscles and things like that. So for me, like having something that you could just kind of have on your desk and just kind of rub it when you're feeling like, you know, you need something. And then the energizing face spritz, you know, like to refresh you, to wake you up, because you do kind of like get in a time warp when you're sat on the computer. I do myself.
But then suddenly you've got a call coming up and you're like, oh, I need to freshen up and spritz.
And then you've got a client call and sometimes I look like absolute like a dog's dinner, but you know, you have that spritz and you kind of like spray it
just revitalizes and energizes you.
So all of those recipes are in my signature book and they're specifically for virtual assistants. So when you have a large group of people attending your event who are all potential candidates for using these things, out of those recipes, there's going to be at least one or more that are going to appeal to the virtual assistant, because there is a range of them. They're quite different and they're all very specific to the niche market. So you really want to make the signature book like that, particularly at an event. So now we're like moving through the recipes with the power bottles. We try to make them fun, interesting, you know, something that people are actually going to want to read and sit with and look at and think, okay, well, I think this is like really nice and I want to sit and look at this book. You know, so the visual appeal is also very, very important when we're creating these books. So you can't just have like a bog standard black and white PDF, you know, because it's going to look boring, you know, to be honest.
And especially if you're kind of selling your virtual assistant
skills
as well, you know.
There is that, you know. But for me, I always pay attention to things that look visually appealing. I'm a very visual person, and I think if there's lots of, you know, colours and it looks nice, I'm gonna more likely to want to read it. So
you're gonna take more notice of what's in it as well. It makes it more credible.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, this is a proper professional thing, and oh, I'm gonna take notice of it.
Exactly. So what I'm doing with this book, that, you know, we're just going to flick through and take you to the end. And if you do want this book, I'll explain to you how we're going to do it. Terry says, love the recipes, love the colours too. I could see this for the work at home person with a few tweaks. Absolutely. And this is definitely aimed at pretty much all the work at home people. It doesn't just have to be virtual assistants, but I named it virtual assistant because of my niche and because of who I'm working with and because of all the people coming to my event, and there's probably about 1,200 people then now are virtual assistants. So you can pretty much tweak these things, and we do encourage that on the experience books, as you know, Terry. But you can pretty much tweak these things to any kind of niche. And we do have our experience books, which are on our website at allmeupbaby.com. If you go to the shop on the website, you'll see we have all of these books, from detox to sensuality to, you know, you could find something in there.
Dogs.
Whether you're a publican or a sex therapist or, you know, a dog trainer. You could be
artist.
Yeah, you could be anything, and you'll find something in there that's really like specific to your niche.
And everything, haven't we?
Yeah, and you can just take the Canva template, just tweak it a little bit, put a specific niche on there, and you're ready to go at your online event. So really look for online events that you can contribute to. Even if you're not hosting them yourself, you can still go and do a talk and share the signature book and, you know, drum up interest.
We've got a really nice spring cleaning book. And somebody changed to green clean.
Yes.
And that's fantastic to pitch all these like natural toxin-free events, things like that. Totally green cleaning. Yeah. And it was just a few edits and that was done.
Yeah. Love this one. The watermelon and lime gin fizz. We're big gin fans. Yeah, we love gin. Little bit too much. And then we've got our energy balls here. So that's the end of the recipes. And we move on to diffusing your office. And again, this doesn't have to be the office. You know, it could be, you can relate these things to any location where your niche or the people at your event are at. You know, if you were, you know, like for example, running a play group or something like that, you know, like could say diffuse your play group or something. So there's all sorts of things that you could do. So we've got there. And also another thing I wanted to sort of point out is that I'm promoting this for a virtual co-working space that I'm doing this big launch for. And inside the virtual co-working space, I do a talk every 5 days a week where I do an accountability session. And we kind of like go through, I do a little mindset talk and we go through accountability, like a gratitude every day and stuff like that. So I wanted to put a recipe in there which was for that particular session. So I do this session on a daily basis, and I suggest that on a daily basis, when you come to me and join me in this session, you diffuse this blend. So I called it the name of the room and the name of the session, which is Morning Mindset. And I've tied that into my signature book.
So you're always linking it back into what you do, to your brand, to your
Exactly.
niche.
So that's definitely very branded to me, but it's also branded to something else I offer, which is a product unrelated to doTERRA. So it's a constant thing of tying everything in.
It's constantly showing people that it doesn't ever have to tie into just doTERRA. We can find a way to tie it all in together.
Yeah, exactly. So my morning mindset sessions are nothing to do with doTERRA, but I think to myself, okay, well, it's a space where we come together and we're talking about manifesting our goals, focusing on our goals. You know, we need high energy, we need positivity, you know, and doTERRA can help and support
these
with that.
oils support that, yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I put that morning mindset in and tied it in with something that I do in my regular business, which is completely unrelated to doTERRA. And this is how I always would love to encourage people to really think outside the box with their niche and who they're working with, to think, okay, well, what could I potentially do here that ties back to doTERRA?
But how can you help people using the doTERRA to help people in their existing business or their existing life? Yeah. It's not always about the sales, it's about the support and the help.
Yeah, and tie it in. And look, see this peppermint, like it's been so valuable to me. And we didn't put this in actually because I guess it's so simple. But like I had such a horrible cold. Like you came over and like, oh my God. Like I had such a horrible cold last week, but I still have to do all my appointments in the day, all my client consultations, make my videos, do my stuff. And my nose was just horrible. I woke up every morning, I could not breathe. And then before I did my accountability session every day, I would take this stuff. Actually, I couldn't smell it. It was that bad. But I couldn't even smell the peppermint anymore. But I could feel it burning through my nose as it was clearing my nose to be able to sit there and do my course. You know, so something I'm going to talk about at my event is just get a bottle of, if you do nothing else, get a bottle of this and put it on your desk.
And it's so simple. And yes, there are other oils that are possibly better for decongesting. However, that one, you can ingest it, you can use it topically, you can use it for your headaches, you can use it for your muscles. Like that one is just so versatile. Yeah, it's versatile and it just does the job. You know, you want something that's going to do the trick. And it's simple. You're not messing with too many oils. One oil, done. Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that I keep on my desk all the time for that specific purpose. And I have 5 kids and they're in school, so I'm always getting, you know, germs coming home. It's just brilliant, you know. So, again, that's just something that I can tie into this niche market, which isn't necessarily
doTERRA.
I just gifted someone a bottle of peppermint today and wild orange. I've got a parent at school who started making chocolate from scratch.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I was like, you need to put oils in it. You need to use the oils. And I thought, maybe things like bergamot's a bit too far out for him. So I was like, right, peppermint and orange, start with those.
Yeah,
and
because
like,
we do that in
new.
Baileys. You started me on the Baileys with those.
With those two.
And I made so much Baileys when my mum was here at Christmas.
But they're just great starter oils.
We've got the Baileys recipe in our Christmas experience pack.
Yep, there's a mint one and there's an orange one.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
which
think
the
mint one is in our Christmas experience pack, and I just made that for my mum all Christmas.
Oh,
she was delighted. So because we can't get Baileys here in Egypt,
no,
so we have to make it.
But actually, it tastes better when you make it, and you can tweak it to make it as thick and creamy as you want, and add the flavors. It's really good with vanilla in it as well.
Yeah, it's just lush. So calm and focus, and again, like I really love the idea that, look, as a virtual assistant in my line of work, I think to myself, how do I want to feel? What do I need? What do I want to do today? How do I want to impact my day in a certain way? And, it could be something like energy or focus or something like that. And you can just go to one of these signature books and just pluck out something. And then we've got our work shine. Again, a lot of digital nomads, a lot of people doing virtual assistants because...
all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world because they want to work in the sun.
Yeah.
And so we've got that. And
we have a lot here, don't we? The kite surf during the day, and then they're on their laptop, and then they're off doing something else. And
it's so much going on. And then obviously we're moving in, as we talked about earlier, to the screen cleaner, which is like super useful. Going to be using it all the time. And I really don't like chemicals. I've got pets. I've got kids. I really hate having to use chemicals on anything.
But also, they're not good for your hormones.
Yeah.
There's so many other reasons why
and
you
your
should
health,
be using them.
They link it back so much now to diseases like cancer and stuff like that, and all sorts. So don't take the risk. Just
so the more toxins we can eliminate from our daily life, because there's so many out there that we have no control over.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to take that little bit of control back and say, right, I can eliminate here, I can eliminate there.
And oftentimes, when you make this stuff, it actually works out cheaper. Even in that,
so much cheaper.
Yeah, even in that spring clean kit we did, the dishwasher tablets. The price of dishwasher tablets is just extortionate.
Yeah.
And to make your own for like a fraction of the price, and they work just as well, if not better.
But you've got that confidence of I'm not poisoning my entire family.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've got our muscle ache thing, and always I try to make visuals that kind of like resonate with the person on the other end as well, and then our face spritz in there. So if you want to grab this experience book, and also I'll just sort of share, I'm launching this virtual co-working space, and every month we're going to do a wellness spa in there. So people can come every single month into our virtual co-working space, and we will basically say, come with whatever problems you've got or whatever issues you're facing, and we will try and find something that's going to help you. So we're going to be talking about the oils, but also I've just said to Heather, I've got a lot of colleagues who do different things in the industry relating to wellness. So I was talking about this gentleman who's offered to do a tapping session, and it's for virtual assistants. So it's a tapping session on, getting confidence with clients or something like that. But we can also tie this into the oils. And we were talking about, okay, well, there could be a roller bottle that, if nobody knows what tapping is, it's like
EFT. Emotional freedom technique.
You tap on certain pressure points or acupressure points on your face and your neck and things like that, and your shoulders, and they're supposed to sort of like release, or they're supposed to trigger certain things or release certain emotions.
Or you get one of your limiting beliefs that's really playing on you that you can't get rid of, and you focus on that, and you say this thing, and by doing it, it almost releases that limited belief. Yeah,
it's like, like tapping on certain points going, like, I have the confidence, I know I've not done things the best in the past, but I've moved on now and I'm this. And it basically takes you through this thing, and you release it all. So I was thinking, okay, well, I was just talking to Heather literally now saying we can get this guy in to do AFT, and then we can marry up some oils for the session as well.
So you could either use a diffuser blend with it, or even, it could be about trying to generate new customers. If you're having an emotional block with doing online sessions or trying to sell the oils, you could use it to help free that, or you could put the oils on the points and tap on the oils. We were talking about there's loads of different ways you can tie that in.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be doing this wellness spa, and then that's another thing that you could do maybe off the back of an event if there is a group of people or a community or something like that that you can connect with once a month. It's really worth doing it, you know, because you can pick up new customers, or you could get other people who are already customers to really consistently use the oils. You want that consistency.
But again, even if you're finding all these people already use doTERRA, you can use the Oil Milk Baby referral link.
Exactly.
And you can still earn an income that way.
Yeah, so if they already are doTERRA customers, which I don't think there's that many people, I'm really excited about this event because I think we're going to be introducing doTERRA to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But even if they already have doTERRA and they use it, first of all, you're being super helpful and you're giving people ways to use it, which, you know, I'm a strong believer in karma. But
the more people using oils, the better. We're going
to
have a much happier place.
You know, at least you'll be able to help them use it for other things. And if you are in that position, you know, you can then potentially use your affiliate link for Oil Milk Baby and say, okay, well, if you want to make a business out of this, you know, the stuff, the resources in Oil Milk Baby could potentially help you, and then you can make some affiliate commission that way.
But even it's not just for people who want to make a business. It does really help with that. But even if, you know, somebody wants to go through the doTERRA for Life program themselves for their own benefit and their own wellness, it's fantastic just for your own use.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. So that was the signature book that we're using. So we're going to take you through the rest of this process here. And basically what we're going to do is create the signature book, and then we're going to create a space within the event which we dedicate specifically to talking about the signature book, presenting the signature book, talking about essential oils, virtual assistants, and kind of host a talk in there where we take people through. So you don't even need, for classes or things, you don't even need to come up with a real formal presentation. You can literally just take people through your signature book and talk about the different things inside there. And we didn't show you, but every recipe, every blend had an experience with it, you know, which was like a piece of text as to why we use this recipe, how we use this recipe, what we use it for, the benefits of it, what it will do for you. So you can just take people through that. It's just all it is. It's like problem, solution, benefit, problem, solution, benefit. That's what the signature book's all about. So basically, you then at that point you can have a kit link ready if you've got a signature book relating to a kit, and we have done signature books just with like home essentials kit or something like that. Or if it's a random set of oils, make a link inside your doTERRA account for those specific oils, or you can offer a consultation. So basically what you can do is say to people, look, if you just want to try out the recipes inside this book, you can go and click this link and everything will be pre-populated, and you just go and buy the oils, okay? And then you're sorted. The alternative is you can offer people a consult, but you can also offer people at the event an incentive. So usually when people are at events, they are much more primed to purchase.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like a collective
with the buzz, don't you know, excited and
she's 100% right. People just go and they're like, oh, everyone's commenting and there's a lot of buzz and there's a lot of
you
people.
don't want to miss out. It's that fear of missing out thing.
And so, you know, people are commenting going, oh, this sounds really great and this is great and Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I've got to jump on board. So this is why you need to like really make use of the event environment, because that's when people just, they impulse buy. They do, because of the hype, because of, you know, how people are. They don't think about it too much. They're just like, this sounds brilliant and I want to jump on board. And if you really want to give people, or give yourself the edge to kind of get doTERRA customers in, you know, offer an incentive. If you book a consultation right now at this event today, we will give you this when you join. Now, if you're thinking about what can I offer as an incentive, I'm not suggesting you offer oils. I'm suggesting you offer things like digital products. So an experience book from our shop, or you can offer the doTERRA for Life course or anything like that. And don't forget, with doTERRA for Life, you can literally tailor that course to work with any kind of niche or anything like that. So if you wanted a specific doTERRA for Life for virtual assistants course, you can make one. If you wanted a doTERRA for Life for teachers, you can make one. So you can adapt it specifically to the niche or keep just the generic version.
Yeah, don't ever offer oils because you're working online, you're targeting people all over the world. And although doTERRA is in most countries, our account's in the UK. We can't just send from our account to someone in the States. So it'd be very hard for you to send oils, but also they're costly, and digital resources are the way to go. We're promoting the online thing, keep it digital.
Yeah, so give people ways how to use the oils and how to make the most of using the oils.
And then they have to buy the oils to do that, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're helping them use the oils because sometimes people get all these oils and they don't know what to do with them. So you're giving them that help and support so they can get the most out of them. And once they start using the oils, they'll just be sucked in.
Yeah. So obviously we have links for people to be able to book a consultation with Heather. And we'll say at the event, like if you book a consultation throughout the time of the event, which is coming between the 3rd and the 7th of March, and you book a consultation with Heather, when you sign up for us, you'll also get this. And we'll put an incentive together, maybe a couple of experience packs or something like that, and we will give that to somebody when they just book a consultation just to get on the phone with Heather. Okay, so that's a way to kind of get leads from the event, like almost immediate leads. You might not be able to do the event with all the people there and sign people up individually, because usually events, there's quite a lot of people and there's quite a lot of things going on, but you could at least say to someone, okay, we'll book an appointment, get yourself in on the calendar, and once we do that appointment, or at the time of the appointment when you show up, we will give you this gift pack, or
even sign up for a membership, with your first purchase. And you'll see, if you give them a deadline, you'll see that they've signed up with you, you've got a new client, you've got all their details, you send them the online gift.
Yeah, so make sure everyone knows what they're going to get and get super excited about it, and then give them the means to be able to get that very quickly. Ideally, they could possibly do it online at the event right there and then. So like if we've got a room like this, because I'm hosting a virtual event, so I'm going to have different rooms like this, I can embed like the calendar to be able to book an appointment inside the room.
You don't want people going away having to think about it. You want them going, I'm booking now.
Yes.
Done.
So you want them looking at the screen and thinking, okay, well, it's right there, I'll just do it. Might as well,
As easy as possible.
You can even offer an immediate incentive when someone books the appointment, and then once people do that, and obviously that's what you got to deal with afterwards, doing the consultations, doing the wellness consults and things like that. Or you could just simply get people purchasing through that link and then they're on board. And obviously you would then do a follow-up and welcome them to your doTERRA.
Yeah, once they've got their oils, jump on a quick call with them, let them know, support them to what they're going to do with them.
Yeah. So once you've done all that and, like the hype of the event has died down and things like that, doing something like the monthly clinic or the monthly doTERRA group clinic, or like doing
follow
something
up with emails and stuff.
Follow up with emails, doing something inside the community is really going to be beneficial for you to keep that momentum going. Because something from events it's a lot of hype and a lot of things, and once it's over, it's done, and the momentum can quickly fall. So yeah, what you need to do is find a way to keep that momentum going and keep that buzz going. doTERRA for Life is great for this because it's a 12-month course, and you can basically start people, and basically when they do the next LRP order, you send them to the next session. They go through that.
So it's just rolling.
They do the next LRP, you send them the next session.
So they never get that lull. They've got the next one's coming. Here it is. Oh my goodness, the next one.
Yeah,
so
and you've got this big long 12-month course which is focused on different areas, and you can tell people, oh, next month we're focusing on finance or love or career or whatever it is. And there's always something like that's going to keep them interested and going to keep them thinking, oh, I'm looking forward to next month. And you can even do something, and actually if you join this festival, we've got a lady on there who specializes in creating custom products for subscription boxes and things like that, but without having the need to hold the stock and have all this stuff. And it was actually like something that generated interest from when we were doing our doTERRA challenge, and we were talking about subscription boxes in there. And I had this client at the time, and I said, well, you know, I love the idea of a subscription box, but I really don't like the idea of
your house
having
full of stock.
Yeah, and having to post things. Like, I don't want all the extra work. She's like, no, you don't need that at all. And this is how you do it. And this is how you put it together. So she's actually coming to our virtual assistant event, and we're going to be talking about, you know, different things that you can do with physical products and how you can use it to promote your business. But obviously she's aiming it at virtual assistants. One thing she did send me, which was just phenomenal, was a do-it-yourself cocktail kit, you know, like a little cocktail kit. She said that loads of people were using them in lockdowns. You know, they were having like Zoom parties, and this guy apparently ordered all these cocktail kits, like 5,000 of them or something like that. And he said he would do these like events online in Zoom, and everyone would buy this cocktail kit and come to this event and make their own cocktail. I was like, oh my god.
We had some uni get-togethers. The girls from uni, we all got together online with a bottle of wine, and we just party online. Something like that would have been amazing.
I know. I love it, and that's why I love these online events, because I think it's a really good opportunity to kind of introduce things like that, and introduce not just the teaching aspect, but the fun aspect as well. You know, you could do all sorts of things, really, couldn't you? I mean, because there's so much you can do with alcohol and doTERRA. Like, definitely the online cocktail party is definitely something. I've got a virtual bar in my festival.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm going to have an after party in it, and I'm going to bring some oils and put some of the oils in on cocktails or something. But anyway, it's nice to have fun with this as well. It's not just all about work, and what can you do with it, and serious. Like, have fun with this and get people involved in a fun way, and believe me, you'll do really, really well at the event. Because really, when you go to these events and you're participating in these events, there really is so much amazing energy around it. You know, like,
it's a great time to network as well, and to see what other people are doing and get new ideas, and just pick up your interest and excitement.
Yeah. So just so you know, once I've completed my event next week, we're definitely going to be starting to think about how we can do some sort of essential oils event as well, and get you guys involved, and think about how we can because we know so many people with so many fantastic niches that we've worked with, who we've done the signature books for and things like that, you know, and it's just amazing what people do with these essential oils, and I would love to bring everyone together.
There's so many experts out there, and it's so many, like you say, varying fields that it would be great to pull everyone in.
Yeah, so I think we're definitely going to be doing something like that, probably a little bit later, maybe in the spring or something.
And it's nice to have people from all around the world, because there's different products around there, but also to know, this is how we do it here, and this is how we do it here, and just brainstorm together.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm super excited about that, and that will also give us another way we can demonstrate more in the doTERRA space about, you know, the things that we're talking about now. But if you would love to see this in action and see how we're introducing doTERRA into this online space and to events and virtual events and virtual summits and things like that, because we're very much online people, then do check out the link that we're putting inside the chat box. I will just put it again. It's well worth signing up just to come pick up our essential.
It's a free event.
Essential Oils for Virtual Assistants book, which is freely available inside the swag bag. I got my swag bag in there, which is also another good idea, and something we can do at the event is kind of get resources from different people and put together a you know, like this swag bag of all different things.
It's like when you go to the doTERRA convention, you get your backpack and your oils and all your little bits. It's your bag of freebies.
Yeah. So we've got a digital swag bag that I put together, which is going to go out to, I mean, currently we've got 1,200 people registered. I'm pretty confident we'll crest over the 1,500 people mark. So you imagine if only a small percentage of those sign up for us under doTERRA, it's still a win, you know.
But these are also business-minded people who can work online, who might possibly want the oils for themselves, but they might also possibly see the business aspect and think, I can filter that into my business, or this is a business I want to grow.
So we're super excited about how we can grow our team from this event as well. But not just that, it's super exciting. Just share the oils and get them out there and just create more awareness about how you can use it for this particular industry or niche. And you can literally apply this to any industry or niche.
Yeah, changing people's perceptions about oils and just having fun with them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we're super excited about that, and obviously, you know, like this is a niche that's very close to my heart because I've been doing this for now, working online and doing this stuff for 19 years. But you could literally apply it to anything and anyone, and we're super excited. So if you do want to see how we do this, how we put this into action, and how this all works, you know, from the kind of guest end, rather than just kind of us sitting here and explaining it to you, go to virtualmissfriday.com/TVAF and you'll see how this all comes together and how this is all going to work. And I think you'll find it quite interesting.
I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. So we hope this helps. Let's just check our time. If anyone's got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop those in the chat. But I think we've pretty much covered everything that we wanted to cover today inside the All Me Up Baby Show. Jazz hands. We so need a jingle. So we hope you found that helpful, and like I say, do please join. I would love to see you at my festival. Even if you aren't a virtual assistant, you might potentially work online in some capacity, and I think you'll still find lots of things inside the event really super helpful for just generally. I
saw the lineup and I thought, oh, some of that sounds really good, and I'm not a virtual assistant at all.
Yeah, and like I say, we've got our lady in there who specialises in creating products and building brands. We've also got we've got loads of stuff in there. We've got somebody who deals with isolation and working online.
Yeah, because that's quite hard. That's like going back to COVID time when everyone was alone, you know.
Yeah, that's how she ended up going into that niche in her business, because I think she suffered, or she came across a lot of people that were suffering a lot of mental health issues just from being so isolated working from home. So yeah. Oh, Terry says, thank you, love you guys, bring so much joy and so much enthusiasm to the day, great reflections. You're welcome. Hope to see you at my event, Terry. You're more than welcome to come and join. We'd absolutely love to see you there doing our bits and pieces. Okay, so thank you so much. It's been great to see you guys. We hope to see you at the event. It's running from the 3rd to the 7th of March. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. And do join, because you get the swag bag, you get the essential virtual assistant kit, essential oil virtual assistant kit, and you get a whole bunch of other stuff as well, which is super useful just generally for people working online. So we hope you find it super useful and super relevant. And also, if you want to contact us, if you've got an idea for a potential event or something that you might want to run, you want some ideas for your signature book or something like that, we're always happy to help you.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.